be matched up by their rankings. So these are racers, decent points in all of them. We try to move on to the playoffs to get wins and get some points in their belt. I'm Wolf 1, I'm here with Diabetes the Second.
Hey, Wolf, how's it going?
Not bad. Just hopping in here for a little help here. Razor on the ball and getting ready to go. Lots of gold. So again, this week with the Three's Company, there is no guaranteed free key, there's no open doors, so you gotta do it the hard way. So no free treasury, no free chests. Charlock is open, but you still need to get to it and survive the process. Oh no.
The good news is they can make their way to safe land. The bad news is not with a lot of hit points to save for it.
Alright. This tells the tale already. Walk out, find a slime, hope for the best. That is not a slime.
And it's looking like, based on the fact that we saw some higher tier enemies to the southeast where the swamp leads, Zone 0 is going to be possibly inaccessible.
Good chance. Tangel can be anywhere in Zone 0, so maybe to the right by those mountains, you might find something squishy. Like this ghost. But alas, we have terrible strength. Oh, this is bad. Alrighty. So while we're flailing around here, we'll explain a little more about the week's seed here. So, Three's Company is a new win condition put in by McGrew in the randomizer. That basically, if you take the princess to the Dragon Lord and drop her off there, you can win the game by accepting his offer, as opposed to destroying him. You know, those things are still in place. Randomize enemies, abilities, shops, and gear. Let's see, I do believe Hurt More is out of the question this week, if I recall correctly. Hurt More is not available. So to get to the princess, you must fight the boss, and to get the Dragon Lord, you must fight that boss. So you have to have some kind of combat skill to survive the process.
Hurt More, I think, is actually available this week. It was in the week 3 flags that it wasn't.
Right, yes, it was the week 3, the even faster seed, the Cursed Belt seed, which is basically fight no bosses. Just, well, fight one boss, save princess, leave, and give her a belt. Hurt More is available. So many letters in the old seed rankings and flags. Can't keep them all straight. But again, our racers, unfortunately, have pitiful strength. And we'll be trying to fight these monsters here. Mag Drakey, Scorpion, anything tier 2, it's going to be well beyond their capabilities. It's going to have to be a Drakey or a Ghost with some luck.
Yeah, it looks like Smashy probably has the best opportunity to take out a Drakey. He chose an HP MP build, so he will have a slight boost to his strength and agility to start. It looks like he has 8 strength versus the other runners that have only 6. In the long run, of course, he'll have lower strength and agility, but a slightly higher HP MP.
The irony of the stronger stat gains for those certain stats, that you take an initial, say a loan, you take an initial, interest cut, and eventually it pays you back. But none of these enemies here are viable. Oh, Ghost that hurt too, so Ghost can one-shot you. This might get messy.
We did see briefly a town on Smashy's screen. Unfortunately, it's to the northwest and across the river, and so far we've not been able to get there. Unless there's a land bridge or an actual bridge somewhere to the south, it looks to be off limits.
Yeah, Smashy's giving up on trying to fight things, just trying to find a town or a chest. Big swamp over there, big swamp over there. Ugh. Like John Rolfe coming over to these states. They found Tippet Swamp and built a castle there. Foolish John Rolfe. Foolish Virginia Roanoke. Brian, you have a good point. The land is probably cheap. I think Disneyland built on a giant swamp. They actually pumped the water out of it to make it viable. But yes, so castle in a terrible spot with terrible surroundings and terrible enemies. This might end up being a redo. We shall see. It's the racer's call. Again, if all the racers agree to, privately agree to reseed and request it, there will be a reseed done. We'll see. These racers might try first because if anyone gets a lucky kill, come out of nowhere, might find something.
And so far, J-Man, the only one on the board, Ooh, actually, J-Man just found a slime slightly to the east of the castle. So he has 4 XP.
Alright, J-Man has found a slightly kinder grinding zone. Again, you'll see the issue here where J-Man might get a level and say, okay, we're good. And then the rest will be, no thank you. J-Man also has a ghost kill, but J-Man, or actually probably a Drakey kill, because J-Man has 4 experience points. That's 1 Drakey and 1 slime.
Just based on the enemy set, it's looking like that slime is actually in zone 1 to the east, so it's going to be surrounded probably by 3 to 4 additional not fightable enemies, but if he can find just 1 more slime, which he does, he has an opportunity to at least get to level 2, and maybe we can get some stats.
There we have level 2 for J-Man. He's found the magical spot. And Smashy has a Drakey kill. A new spell. It's Hurt More.
And all is forgiven.
Problem solved. Alright, so once our racers get those 3 or 4 roundy early kills, they'll be just fine and dandy.
J-Man hurt-mooring a Drakima, getting another level. Looks like big power gains there as well, so seem to be off to the races.
Yeah, any point in a storm. A Drakima is a pretty poor choice for Hurtmore. You know, if you have 1 Hurtmore to fire off, but at this point, take what you can get. Alright, Smashy again. Has 3 experience points. He wants to find another Drake or another Slime. Make some progress. Trying to roll the crits against the Mega Drakies. Not gonna fly. Level 4 for J-Man. Tremendous gains at level 4. Staggering, extreme-dropping gains at level 4. J-Man sees numbers and stops and mouth agape in awe.
Yeah, he seemed to be a little bit surprised by those gains, but nonetheless, he's found his way out of that really tough start. So far, Braxis Mew's having the roughest go of it, already getting into double-digit deaths. The wolf just took him out.
Yeah, Braxis had some unfortunate encounters.
Really the key so far, J-Man heading out to the east and finding that slime. I don't believe either Smashy or Brax have gone in that direction, or if they did, they hit Drakimas or something else.
Yep. Well, Scorpion chose the party with Fire Breath. Level 2 Fire Breath, that matter. So Hurtmore is nice and pretty, and, you know, kill things in one shot is nice. But you have to go first. Wolf in their hand. I'd say it's a rug that's been burned to ash. Level 5. More agility. More magic points. And sleep. Okay. So again, J-Man's agility is I think around 60 now. It's an absurdly high number. In a game where you're trying to find a princess and just dance through Charlock as fast as you can, high agility is really good. There you go, 52. It's 60 HP already. Holy cow. Okay.
Yeah, and frankly, the fact that he has Hurtmore this early too, the strength being low doesn't even really matter. Because anything that he's going to fight is going to be Hurtmoreable.
Just about. Most in the overworld, a pretty fair game. Ooh, Rimadar to the south.
Fortunately,
alrighty, so J-Man being handed all the toys. We got keys, we got magic, we got hit points, we got agility. Alright. Let us see our Nightmare Slime. Ooh, it can kill you too, it's got hurt. Slime is dangerous, actually. Slime is a problem. No free lunch in this, dude.
yeah, it is important to note again that Smashy does have the extra strength, so he would be able to take out a slime in 1 hit, but I don't believe Braxis Muse can. I think he would have to take 2 swings in order to take one out, if he finds one.
True, a chance a slime can have I believe the HP is a little bit randomized. A slime might have 3 HP instead of 2.
J-Man, taking a look at the shop in Rimuldar, is able to pick up, looks like chainmail and a club. He did see a silver shield there.
Got a small shield though, so you have Baby's first war kit. Fetch a pack of keys and hurt more.
Since he used 2 of the 3 keys, it looks like he's going to go back and try to get...
Yeah, again, that chest had gold in Rimuldar, so you can easily cash back in. You get to step into the treasury and do it again. You get 2 keys in the treasury. You can open up there, hopefully find some gold somewhere. And in this key especially, if you open Charlock, all the item chests with the super items are usually gold instead. So you can make it back pretty fast. We're going to grind... Ooh, doing a gold grind here. So I'm going to open this door again. Maybe? Yep, I'm going to open these doors again and get more gold and buy more keys.
It brings a whole new perspective to the slow grind.
Actually, Braxis heading south is getting close to Rimuldar. Probably has no money. Yep, dies the magician, unfortunately. So actually, Braxis is now saving the money from the throne room and just trying to walk up on a town. So Braxis actually is going to keep resetting until they find a town somewhere. Smashy is getting closer. Closer to finding level 2.
Smashy looks to be taking the approach of just trying to grind the couple of swamp tiles right outside Tantasia, hoping that he can find another Drakey there to take out in Zone 0.
Braxis finds Rimuldar. Go buy your keys, Braxis. Alright, the hero walk to the south finally pays off for Braxis. Level 2 for Smashy. There's hurt more. Let there be fire.
Meanwhile, J-Man, the Hurtmore didn't take out the X-Knight, but his 1 damage punch, or club strike, does take out the X-Knight, gives him a level 6.
Flick of Doom. Ooh, we have a Spark Over bonus bridge. That was impressive. Alrighty. So J-Man now with the club. Still smashing outside. That's J-Man. Yeah. I was just hitting him, not doing damage. I was like, how's J-Man doing damage in combat? Backwards. Smashing something to blow up. Something more tasty than Magician. Not wasting my hurt more on Magician. Braxis going shopping.
Meanwhile, J-Man looks like he has circled around to the southwest and now back up to that town we saw much earlier. We'll hopefully get a look at that in just a moment.
It's Hawk's Nest. And frankly, we've hurt more. Take a peek.
Yeah, I mean, there's at least 2 enemies there that we, well, yeah, really 2 that we can comfortably take out, both the Armored Knight and Axe Knight. Definitely a much riskier proposition for a Blue Dragon, or Stone Man. Really no chance against a Golem, or Red Dragon.
Yeah, well, they have sleep. Stone Man's not gonna happen. You know, the hit points and the hurt resist. But Blue Dragon, if you get lucky, you can get 2 off. And obviously the Axe and Armored Knights are semi-free kills in that regard.
Yeah, the big thing with an Armored Knight is going to be that they have to get first action. If they don't, they can hit hard enough that they would not be able to get it.
Yeah, kill more level 7.
Well, that's a big bonus.
Alrighty. Back to the treasury. It's like all gold. And Snowman is at the Hawk's Nest spot. J-Man is going to try the attempt to put his Tickle to death, see what happens.
I mean, Hurtmore's still a viable strat. Their resistance is the same as it is for Blue Dragon at 7 and 16, so you have better than a coin flip shot, given the amount of damage he's done. Granted, he now doesn't have the MP for it, but still.
Downstairs below the castle is one of the caves. Instant red dragon. Instant death.
Yeah, I didn't catch which cave that is. It's not Tablet, or, yeah, it's not Tablet.
The monster's there. Smash Man's the Scorpion gets roasted. J-Man's Snowman wakes up for the third time and uppercuts. The old wake up super taking him out. Bryce learned that even basic scorpions that hurt more. So even the basic enemies in this game are packing hurt more and Dragon Lord Shoe Breath. Once Bryce gets those first 2 kills or whatever to get to level 2, he's not going to be happy. J-Man. Going down to the bottom of the castle and see what cave that is. Alright, more detail. Let's see.
I can't tell if he's moving or not.
He
can go east, swamp north.
Maybe Swamp North or Swamp South. I'm not sure how far he tried going. Yep, you're right. Swamp North.
Warp Radiant, you know, that that can help.
All the mystery for nothing. Alright, so right below the castle you can find the princess. So, if J-Man can find the princess and save her, I mean, it's not gonna matter much for your initial run here. Oh, Scorpions have Heal More and Hurt More.
Oh, Braxis, come on, you're so close. Was not able to take out that Drakey.
Yeah, Braxis being losing all the coin flips this race.
Looks like the spike tile in Swamp Cave is also a Stone Man.
Especially buying a small shield and Rodar. Wait, big gains, huge gains. 93 hit points, 50 agility. Like, J-Man is like, if you get the princess upon trial, like, you might be able to feasibly make a dive and escape it. Doesn't really matter what the boss tile is down in Sherlock's basement.
Yeah, the difficulty in this.
The main thing here is that the certain enemies cannot be defeated with Hurt More. Red Dragons, notably, are they resist it. It's 15 out of 16. Doesn't really happen. So you can't rely on those spells to do instant, quick damage. They force you to have enough defense to survive their attacks, or enough offense to kill them fast enough before they can kill you.
You also have to worry about those barrier tiles on the first floor of Sherlock without Erdrick's armor. Those are going to do 15 per step, and you have to cross about 10 or 11 of them to reach the stairs, so...
Yeah, it was almost like an afterthought. I never think about armor in the seed. I just happen to find it wherever I go. But yeah, if you happen to get that golden seed where it's like, oh, you can go right to Sherlock right now at level 10. Except you're going to take 500 damage walking to the staircase. So, it's a slight problem there.
Yeah, along all the other issues. But yeah, Erdrick's armor is really not technically necessary, but is such a huge benefit, even in a seed like this. Not to mention its granting immunity to barrier tiles and swamp tiles. You gain 1 HP per step. You have 1/3 reduction in the damage from Hurt More, Hurt, and in the breath attacks. And not to mention it's the best armor in the game, stat-wise too. You're giving up probably about 500 total HP of healing by not having it, just from step gains and from avoiding the barrier tiles.
Yep. Tap all that, extrusion fries, and please bullet. Alright, practice. Have at it. Get that magician. Get that level.
Smashy casting Hurtmore into the darkness.
That'll show who's boss. Alright, Smashy was checking out the volatile and swamp. And saw Snowman, put to sleep, and skedaddled. Perhaps go south, find a whole new world.
Meanwhile, J-Man has just stepped into the mountain cave, I believe, and fortunately got away from a red dragon.
Alright, so caves have very dangerous enemies. Even the swamp cave has red dragons hanging downstairs, so level 1 caves are pretty risky. Now's a good
Don't
time
look
to
now.
mention- Oh,
Sorry, go ahead.
nope, I'm looking. What do you got? Hey, the big C.
Well, there's the big C there, and we have Braxis Muse, level 2.
Alrighty. Explosions.
He took a look at his spells. He's not going to be happy about this.
Yeah, well. He's crying over spilt blood. So none of these seeds where the basement has your princess, and then you leave downstairs, you go south, you go to Charlock, and you go for a dinner date with the Dragon Lord. As I was saying before, we shall get to our background staff. Now we have our race underway in earnest. Our restream being handled by Math Girl 718. Our tracking handled by Kamian Redakai and Cyberdark 86. Obviously, I'm babbling repeatedly, Seawolf 1, and helping me out is Diabetes 2nd. Smashy foregoing weapons, doesn't even buy the club. Actually, no, you have a weapon, you have a sword in hand. How did I miss that in your scatter screen? Or maybe there's the sprite for Kristoff.
Okay, we have Smashy in the tablet cave. He'll find that in a moment. And it looks like J-Man, meanwhile, is picking up chest number 4 in the mountain cave. Smashy finds the fairy flute, which, depending on if the spike tile in Charlock is a golem, could be helpful.
Yeah, Golem's big, dumb, and strong. Putting sleep is really handy. Otherwise, it hits about as hard as Red Dragon does, and has more hit points overall. But I think it's lower defense, so actually, it's not as dangerous. Red Dragons naturally are more dangerous than the Golem. But, yeah, it hits like a truck. J-Man and back down south the swamp cave. Will probably that's nuts. There's more mountain cave. There's more mountain cave. Wait, no,
Yeah,
that's maybe the Bob.
I believe
be
Mountain
guaranteed.
Cave is the one that's... I believe Mountain Cave is the one that's right outside Charlock.
Yeah, maybe because J-Man was walking. It was the square room on the second floor of Garen's grave because it didn't have a wall beyond that point. So Rax's ass. Where's hey Metal Slime? Metal Slime and Fire Breath. Here you go, Camion. Go to Hawk's Nest, kill the monster. Be the Talloon you were born to be. Start that shop. Sell those swords of malice. Alright, well, Charlock is the Silver Staff Cave, or Staff Rain Cave. So, if the seed was actually, kill Dragon Lord normal, it's all kind of streamlined for you.
Looks like J-Man doing a gold grind out of the mountain cave. For those of you who are not familiar with the gold grind, basically the memory for the game only keeps 8 chests in your inventory, and beyond that it does not recall if you've picked up a chest or not. When you pick up a 9th chest, it just basically spawns infinitely. So that's why you see him picking up the same chest literally over and over and over.
Again, NES games, even modern games have them too sometimes, but it's like little oversights of memory or hitbox or hurtbox, and pointer is not colliding the right way. Like this game, you grab the chest infinitely past 9, Guardian Legend, the game I play, like if there's the grab box for a chip is different than the grab box, the hit box for the Oh, by the way, get rid of that chip item off the map now, so you grab it instantly. Well, of course, that in programming. All right, Brax is wasting no time. Finding things and murdering things with fireballs to get back to the race. If Smashy and J-Man take some detours, we'll get right back into it.
Interesting. It looks like J-Man is ground up for... looks like probably Silver Shield, Full Plate, and Flame Sword. I don't think we've seen anything other than the Silver Shield, though. We only have seen the one town outside of Hawksness in...
Yeah, J-Man's covering his bases. Again, with that much hit points, meta points, heal more, hurt more, you're pretty safe barring like a sleep and wreck situation. Natural it is, but the chest gives like 10 to 25 gold, I forget what it is. It's like, you're not getting hundreds. Like, that was changed by McGrew to make it, visually appealing to the races.
Yeah, it's a very, very slow grind. I think it's something. It's very low. It's like 6 to 9 gold or something. If you watch a speedrun of the vanilla game, it involves about 20 to 25 minutes of take, gold. It's yeah.
Yeah, the result's the same. We're just cutting 25 minutes out of it. J-Man, Silver Shield. Cha-ching!
Meanwhile, Smashy taking out the golem with a couple of hurt mores in Hawksness. He'll pick up level 9, and we'll take a look at the search spot here in a moment.
But there found nothing.
Womp womp.
Alright, Mascot, menu wrapping. On the normal game vanilla, when you hit up and down at the end of a window, it stays there. So you can't hit up to go to the bottom of the spell menu or up to the bottom of the items menu. You have to go down, right to take every time. So instead of playing Grand War, you're playing a fighting game, you're picking up gold constantly. J-Man, heedlessly exploding giant armored knights with mohawks.
Yeah, it looks like they have sleep and hurt more though, so they could be dangerous down the line.
You get ambushed. Sleep doesn't miss. Urza's armor stops spell, it blunts hurt and fire breath, does not stop sleep.
Hey, it does everything else. What do you want from it?
I want caffeine.
Well, it looks like Smashy has found a Spectre with Dragon Lord Breath, so that adds to the list.
The walking through the forest and seeing the entire part of it scorch the earth was not warning enough to consider the danger. But now we know. Alright. Rex Muse, unfortunately, acts like, despite being the size of the entire combat window and covered in full plate, is very dodgy. Get that away of that fight. Ooh. J-Man rolls dice on Armor Knight. Doesn't get enough damage. Let's see. J-Man head back south again. Brax is using Repel, so Brax wants to explore more of the map now.
Yeah, Braxis has done a really nice job of picking up a decent amount of levels and XP over the course of the last 8 or 9 minutes that he got off of level 1, but he has not done a whole lot of exploration. So hopefully that gap will also close now here in the next couple of minutes.
To be fair, exploration does not matter much. J-Man and Smashy have only found a few chests in Mountain and Garen's Grave. Basically killed for their efforts, so not much has been found so far. Any knowledge that we have beyond that.
Yeah, and strictly speaking, we found the things that are required to be found, right? We have the swamp cave in the basement for the princess. We know where Charlock is. There's a lot of things that would be nice, but strictly speaking, level up, grind, and go.
Smashy decides, you know, there's a lot of chests I haven't been looking at. The treasury. I'm going down the treasury.
Ooh, interesting play on Smashy's side. Looks like he is doing a little bit of reconnaissance into Charlock Castle, finding a lot of stone men. Not the worst, because they're easy to run from. Easier than anything else in Charlock. You see the toll that those barrier tiles are taking on Smashy as he tries to get back to the stairs down.
You don't really have that too much in the game normally. They're actually kind of rare in this game. You only find them in... They're pretty looking in the castle. They hurt the old man in Cantlin, and they guard the secret passage staircase. Barrier tile is not really a thing in this game. They're a lot more common in 2 and 3.
Two and 3 also have the step guard spell, so at least there's that to mitigate it, but no such luck here. If you don't have the armor, you're taking that full 15 damage per step.
Alright, level 9 for Praxis. So Praxis basically fully caught back up on Hard Smashy and one level behind J-Man. Smashy abusing the incredibly high agility of the sea to try and sneak down Charlock. And by sneaking down Charlock, I mean blow things up and keep walking past the ashes, because apparently he's fighting half stuff down there too.
Yeah, it's an interesting play. I mean, some of it's reconnaissance, but if he's able to get all the way down, he does have 6 chests in the basement of Charlock, which could have the armor, could have the sword.
Yeah, a lot of these races that I've watched from this setting of flags, usually it's Cole has the armor, or it's in Hawk's Nest, and sword might not be required because you're just trying to kill a boss and run. But to bury the armor down Charlock would be really mean, but very viable. And the new settings, the new randomized version, totally possible. You know, Gru wants to insist, if you're going down here, bring your dad along for the ride. On the very, very off chance you can go there and do it all in one go.
In these flags, that would be pretty impressive, because we're generally not going down, you know, ready to do as much battle as we can. It looks like Smashy went for the vanilla sword chest first and found, I believe, an herb for his troubles.
Yep, we found the herb. Alas, we have found Soul Wizard Rando. Yeah, the herb might come back and save you, though. We're getting a little low on MP here. Alright, J-Man heading to the Swamp Cave might be the same play, because we have tons of hit points, tons of agility, and no towns or shops to buy from. So, let's go down, see what we got.
Looks like Braxis has found the grave. I didn't see where exactly he was when he found that, but I believe he's the first one in there. So we'll have at least 3 chests here at the top, we'll see.
Yeah, J-Man actually, I think, had the grave before, because I know he died in the bottom of the second staircase. And that's how I got the gold grind going.
Ah, I thought he did that out of the mountain cave. My mistake.
Yeah, it was this, it was the, where the floor was. It was that square floor with the bottom totally covered up. I'm pretty sure it was the, I guess there's off chance it could have been the very bottom of level 2 mountain cave. Both viable. Someone in the chat knows, probably. Come on, chat, make it fool me. Tell me the truth. Fill me up.
Nothing critical in the first 3 chests. Looks like a dragon scale is the only notable item for Braxis in the grave. I have a feeling he's going to dive and go to the chests 4 and 5. It's not a bad play. I mean, there are chests there. We're still looking for the armor. We're still looking for the sword.
Smashy grinding his way towards the treasury. Level 10 on the werewolf. there's some big problems here. Blue dragons, red dragons. Probably a little too much to handle right now. Alright, we have some fairy water. And a pair of wings. One free torch. With the gold. The fighter's ring. And the big stick. Probably
Well,
one
I
of,
just about... Go ahead.
probably wanted the armor really bad, but found the big stick. Can't complain too much.
Yeah, I was gonna say, this is probably the least... You know, of any seed or any flag set that you really want the sword. This is probably the least excited that you are for that.
Yes, my descendant, you will have my sword and my ring. And your armor? No, you can't have the armor. It's somewhere else. So that leaves... Let's see, that leaves a few parts of Garen's grave. Maybe the bottom mountain cave. The freebie cave. The sunstone cave is in the metal world somewhere. Also leaves... I guess that leaves the search spot on the map and coal.
Yes, I believe that's correct. We'll get a look at the bottom chest here for Braxis Muse in a moment.
Alright, free torch. Doesn't love torches. Yes, Math Girl. The judge table was a nerb. So, Charlock, again, big big deal. But armor would have been nice to save the game with. Smashing, meanwhile, looking to see the bosses. Knowledge is power. If your boss monster is a blue dragon, which is a little terrifying because it doesn't always get hit by hurt. But you get them some MP in your back reserve, you can probably survive it just by healing and swinging. So maybe just grab your princess and take a dive.
Yeah, given the stats right now, we have plenty of HP, plenty of MP. Defense is not great. Only chainmail, we're going to take a lot of damage from the barrier tiles, but looks like we're looking forward to a pretty substantial agility gain at level 11 compared to, I'm just looking at J-Man versus Smashy. Granted, they do have different builds, but still, 15 is too much for that to just be accounted for there.
Yeah, if you're probably 12 or 13, gain the next level for Smashy. And for Braxis too, if that matter. Braxis is right there as well. And Smashy, grind up some gold. You're gonna buy that shield before heading down to the castle again.
Right after he picks up a couple sword Magidrax.
I love sword Magidrax. Everyone say hi to Elwood's cat. Alrighty. Smashy. Actually going, yep, going to buy the shield first. Braxis. Braxis Pond. Braxis, again, doesn't have the, not on the Charlock yet. J-Man did, and I think got stopped halfway through Charlock. Braxis not grinding yet more gold. Actually, no, Braxis didn't grind before, that was J-Man, so all the racers are going for that silver shield. J-Man. And back to the Garen's grave. So I believe that didn't explore all of it last time. First, grab that gold. Let's see where Braxis stops. If they stop at like 15 and change, you look at that silver shield.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to pick up the shield and call it a day. I mean, we haven't found, strangely enough, any other towns. We have had no Brecconary, Grinham, or Cole sightings, or Cantland for that matter, despite the extensive amount of exploration we've seen.
Yeah, the map's basically like, you know, like a buddy of one of my brother's friends in college, in Philadelphia, and literally lived on his street and like was like a 3-block radius his whole life till he got to college, and he moved out with Jersey. So, literally lived his entire life in like a 2-block radius. This is kind of the same thing, just less cheesesteaks. Alright, so everybody who's saw the race just now and stopped by for the first time, 40 minutes in, it goes to the end, I would think. What we're seeing here, you look at the deaths of the racers and see the story. J-Man found some slimes early on for a quick grind. Level 2 had hurt more, level 5 had heal more, I recall, and with all the races. Other racers, once they got their spell, quickly caught back up. But you can tell the time difference of J-Man and others from their death counts. But in all reality, Smash is close to being done.
Yeah, it looks like he's making the play at this point, going for the princess, likely to just heal up and go for Sharlock. Again, as a reminder, these are not standard flags. In addition to the standard win condition of defeating the Dragon Lord, we have Three's Company. I know we talked about it at the top, but just a quick reminder, we have the ability for us to rescue the princess and take her to the Dragon Lord and have the hero and the princess accept that proposition to rule the world with him, and that will win you the game.
What is that? Like a hot tub, disco ball. It's like a big walk through an IKEA store.
Braxis Mew is also heading back into the Swamp Cave. He may also be making a play at this point. He does know where Sharlock is. He did not do the exploration that Smashy did.
Yeah,
I mean, he has the stats.
Get the stats here, and if I'm Braxton, I'm thinking, I found level 2 at 20 minutes in. Hey, I found 2 towns from J-Man's side. We found Garrenham and Cole, I think, back to back.
Well, they had to be hiding somewhere. We've seen probably the majority of the map at this point. Couldn't be much map left for them to be.
I've never seen 2 towns on top going that before. That's weird to stop my joke midway through the sentence. The armor's in Garrenham.
Big pickup for J-Man. Would not be surprised if he just books it at this point. That's probably the biggest thing that he can get. He might check the back for the sword, I guess, or he might just head out.
I mean, at this point, I might just check here for I have gold. See if he finds himself a flame sword and call it a day. Nope.
Unfortunately, not even a broadsword. Not much of anything there, so... Looks like potentially J-Man and Braxis are going to go try to intimidate the Dragon Lord with their clubs.
Dragon Lord, we're going to rule this world side by side. Or you get the stick. Alright, Smashy finds a princess. Braxis fighting the stone man to find said princess. Notably, no one has outside, so you can't just escape the cave. You have to fight the snowman coming and going. You can also run away if you want to.
Oh, Braxis living on the edge. He got an excellent move on the stone man. Unfortunately, his strength is kind of garbage with just a club in hand. 1 HP survival. He really needs the stone man to stay asleep.
Does that seep out? Hope for the best. Nope.
So close.
Think about enemies in this game. They always wake up punching. They never get up, don't shim around, scratch the back. No, it's always eyes open, uppercut. Always uppercut.
Well, despite the uneven start, it looks like all 3 runners at this point are very close to basically being in the same position. It looks like Brax... Yeah, he's going to go for it again. We've already got the pickup on Smashy and J-Man's fighting the Stone Man as well. So it may come down to who just succeeds on their Sharlock dive.
Kind of dive look now. Plus, Braxis, for whatever reason, having a very hard time with that Stone Man, and fighting 2 in one go might be a little tricky. You'll see the defensive values being different. J-Man's 93 as opposed to their 60 and 62. So that armor making a huge difference between walking, healing, and like not dying going to 1 hit point going to the throne here.
I don't think Braxis healed up fully before he went to try the Stone Man. I think he just assumed he'd be fine. Unfortunately, he was not.
And once you had the princess, you can escape the Stone Man and take her to the north tile and escape the fight.
Alright, Smashy on Basement Run, finding a lot of favorable enemies, lots of Stone Men and Wizards, things that are easy to run from.
Also, huge difference will be the speed here. Smashy's pretty quick, so is Braxton 61. J-Man's at 86. So J-Man's leaving after images, going down this Charlock here.
Yeah, that's a really good point. With that big agility gap, J-Man will have a lot easier time running from things, so there will be some just run fails, even if they don't cause a whole lot of damage. They do waste time for Smashy. I'm not sure if that alone can cover the gap that we currently have. I think it's going to take Smashy getting locked up by something and taking a death.
Yeah, the risk is, I know the bottom floor has a few master enemies. The risk is going to be being ambushed on the way to the Dragon Lord. Or by his golem. And not wanting to spend the time to blow the flute.
After a couple of run fails, he does decide to blow the flute and keep the guaranteed run from the sleeping golem.
Again, so the fairy flute takes a little time to cast, but it's better than taking 50 to the face from a snowman. Again, low defense power being a huge deal. That golem punch J-Man, you're probably about 30 and change. For Smash, he's doing upper 40s and the 50s. So ambush plus fail run could be fatal.
Okay, we've got J-Man starting his Charlock dive. Meanwhile, Brax just saved the princess, healing up. With the Magic Man in Charlock Castle, we'll be getting his dive here in just a minute or so.
Smash in danger. Enemies are starting to be a little more annoying. Stop spell. So Star Wyvern, without the Urged Armor, stop spell can be a problem for Smashy. Smashy's good hearing. You hear 3 stories up. You hear the walking of footsteps. And the nagging of Princess.
I see a couple comments in chat regarding Repel. That's actually a really good point. So J-Man does, with Erdrick's armor and a couple of extra levels, has 93 defense power. So he has the ability to repel some Charlock enemies, I believe, including wizards, star wyverns, green dragons, and werewolves. We've seen a ton of those. In Vanilla Dragon Warrior, Repel spell does not work in dungeons, but in the randomizer, this flag set, it does. So that is also presenting a little bit of a challenge for him.
Alright, smashing the bottom floor. Getting a little low on supplies, but almost there. Jimmy and Chief got 3 floors back. Precious. Stomp across these tiles. Take the damage. Alright, so we're going down to Stoneman's been a pain in the neck. We'll stay asleep. And Smashy blow it up or punch it up before it takes it down.
Alright, looks like Smashy's going to have 3 heal mores left, with a blue dragon and about 10 steps left on his journey.
Blue Dragon dangerous because it seems to be only combat based. It might have a surprise at the end. If it can't heal more, it's going to be a serious problem. J-Man hidden right behind. Blue Dragon down. Ooh, J-Man raiding the treasury.
All the encounters for Smashy in this last hallway. But
Oh.
he makes it to the Dragon Lore.
Alright, Smashy starts re-narrating the plates. Princess is happy, Dragon Lord's happy, Blue Dragon not so happy. Race over, finished at 15 minutes 32 seconds for Smashy. Around the coattails, J-Man's a little sideshow to find the armor. A lot more exploring the world, which was important to do, good for your defense, but not required to beat the seed, and ended up costing the race by about 2 minutes probably. And Brax is being as close as Brax is right now, frankly. You know, being in Charlock with the princess in hand. You know, being right behind both racers after losing 20 minutes to, awful start luck. Very impressive play.
Yeah, absolutely. This is really an incredible comeback for Braxis. It's just going to fall a little bit short. Unless, again, we still have a few steps here for J-Man, but all signs pointing to him being able to lock up second place. If this Blue Dragon will cooperate and just take that hurt more to the face, please. Thank you.
Cheers here is Smashy, the race winner. Well, Smashy, good job.
Hello.
Smashy, good work on your part. You were the second person to get to level 2. And, yeah, took it from there. And you found everything you needed in streamlined order. And you didn't explore as much of the world as everyone else did, so you got there a little bit faster. I mean, just barely faster.
Yeah, I think what kind of saved the entire seed for me is I went into Charlock to I was actually thinking maybe I get down there and I can actually set up a gold grind. That was my main goal of that Charlock dive, just to see if maybe I can set up a gold grind there if it's polite enough. And as it turns out, it is a very polite Charlock for the most part.
Yeah, not much in the way of danger. As red dragons across the board, but snowmen are slow yet sleep. Golems, they all have the fairy flute. So nothing really dangerous down there other than dragons, basically. And even they were just vanilla bite dragons.
Yeah, I don't know how many other red dragons there were. It was kind of amazing how I actually went judge's table and then went down normally, and then on the second dive, one step from the stairs to get to the third zone, oh hey, there's red dragons here.
Indeed. Also runs the J-Man, second place just barely behind you. At 52.21. J-Man, good job.
Thank you, GG. There's Smashy.
J-Man. Yep. J-Man, you actually broke out first. You had level 2, the fastest of all the racers.
I was afraid of that. I thought I had a pretty good run going.
It's pretty good. The exploration. You found Cole and you found Garanham. Right? No, it was Garanham and Breckenary in that little offshoot corner. It got to the armor. It cost you the extra 2 minutes or 3 minutes of exploring. Cost you the time in Charlock, unfortunately.
Yeah, I saw those two towns and I had to go and look because I was hoping, the armor or the sword to be in one of them.
Yeah, super good though. I mean, given the situation that Seed gave you, which was, enjoy your 3 life, the level 1 grind, because that swamp outside the castle.
That grind was ridiculous.
And right behind you, Braxis, who actually didn't get level 2 till like 20 minutes in, finishes at 54.24.
Yeah, I think the key for J-Man, you broke out, is you found those slimes in the eastern zone, in the hills there,
Yeah.
but neither Smashy nor Braxis Muse were able to find those. I think they got caught by other things and then just focused on Zone 0 and Drakey's.
Drakey's, yeah.
I was just focused on trying to break out, and I actually called for a reroll about 10 minutes in, and then couple minutes later, I was thinking at the time that this hasn't been revealed. Either we get really good stats on level 2, we get some form of hurt on level 2, or I just barely missed a town, and as it turns out, it was actually D, all of the above.
Yes, you all burned different ways. J-Man found the slimes, got level 2. You killed out Drake, he got the job done. Braxis actually saved the gold, kept reloading the start, and walked south behind Rimaldar, and got the first 2 towns with the shops and items and keys, like on the first walk down.
Oh yeah, I thought about calling for a reroll, but then after early on, I got a Drakey on my 3rd attempt at getting through the swamp, and I was like, okay, well I know I can get through. Then we get level 2 hurt more, and then it's just getting revenge on everything in the swamp.
Yep. Also, turns out slimes had hurt, so slimes could actually murder you in return. So nothing was free in this scene.
Oh yeah, the only thing I saw the slimes had was stop spell.
Probably the AI was stop. Once they stop you, they probably blow you up. But never got to that point.
Well, I imagine with the strength we had at the start, I know I was HP MP and I had 8 strength, so I imagine the strength focus would have 6 or 7. So that's enough to kill a slime pretty easily before it can blow you up.
Definitely.
Oh, you went HP MP. I did the exact opposite, went strength agility. Tried to play the long game so I could run my way through Sharlock.
Yeah, it was interesting. We were talking about at the top of the broadcast. All 3 of you actually chose different builds. Smash, you had the HP MP build. J-Man with Strength Agility, and Braxis Muse with Strength HP. 6 Strength is what Braxis Muse and J-Man started with. So that did make slimes, if they were to find them, certainly a little bit more difficult. Not much, but at least 2 swings probably, as opposed to 1.
Which I can't confirm did happen.
Yep, multiple swings. And Braxis Muse joins us. Braxis, good work on that crazy seed.
Oh, GG to everybody.
GG.
Yeah, Braxis, you had the slowest breakout. It took you a little while to get level 2, but you were basically right behind them. So for all the headway you made in the beginning of the season, you had to fight for all that early experience. You came back you were on fire the whole way through.
I ain't gonna lie, I think it was 1 minute and 17 seconds I asked for a reseed when I saw our strength. There didn't seem to be any slimes in the area. Even Drakies, if you were lucky to find them, with the amount of hit points in the swamp, was hit or miss if you could even kill it. And then when I finally found that town, and how many times I had to reset just to get down there, it just didn't seem worth it.
Yeah, you broke out town way by buying the gear and the keys early on. J-Man went to the east and found a few slimes, and Smash, you just walked around the swamp and punched Drake, you still got lucky.
Once I hit level 2 though at 21 minutes, the only thing that I had in my mind was I wanted to find either Mountain Cave or Garen's Grave, which I did, in order to gold grind for the Silver Shield, because at 22 minutes hitting level 2, the only thing on my mind, and seeing Hurtmore first of all, was definitely felt like I was in last there, but all I cared about was finding enemies that I could hurt more, and when I was leveling up, I was only worried about how many hit points I was getting, what the agility was, and what the MP was. And as soon as I knew that I had over 60 agility and 100 hit points, even though I had almost no equipment, I had to try to go for the dive and hope that Sharlock was not full of armored axe knights and red dragons, which it actually ended up being pretty easy. So
yeah, they're all levels. Red Dragon was thinking was every level of Sharlock had red dragons, but they definitely didn't show up as often as required. But again, you made the right choice. The math was solid, and honestly, you basically played that seed. Basically, 15 minutes, you covered more ground in that extra 30 minutes after that 20 than the other 2 did the whole time. So you're definitely on fire, and you definitely streamlined your patches to the seed.
And then I decided to take a little bit of a safety strat when I checked the armory, and the only thing I wanted to find in there was the fairy flute because I saw that there was a ton of golems, and I knew if the golem was a trap tile, having only the club and almost no MP left, that I wouldn't be able to kill it. And the last thing I wanted to do was have to dive Sharlock, so I went in there only hoping that the flute was there. Found the sword instead, which was alright considering it was a blue dragon, and I was able to, whack through it, so.
Yeah, very helpful. Hawk's Nest had the fairy flute, so you had to kill a snowman to find the fairy flute as well. Hawk's Nest.
No, Tablet had the
Oh,
fairy.
Tablet.
okay,
Tablet had
okay.
it. Tablet had it. That's right.
Hawksness is Hawksness was
empty.
nothing burger.
Yeah, the big disappointment in Hawksness. You hurt more the Stone Man and find a whole lot of nothing.
And I did see Tablet, but I didn't have any torches and no radiant, and the last thing I wanted to do, knowing that I felt already behind, was to get stuck in there and then have to reset and start over.
Alrighty. Raised by all. Again, hairy start, but it came out really at the end, a real close finish. Any last thoughts? I know you all went to the treasury and found just the sword. I'm sure especially Smashy went there first, was like begging, give me the armor, give me the armor, give me the armor. And found a sword in the ring. So,
Just curious, did anybody have better than chainmail armor? Because that's all I could find.
Nope, I think J-Man found armor, but
Yeah, I got Erdrick's armor, so yeah, it was out there.
We only saw 3 towns the entire scene. We saw
yeah, all we saw was south of Rimbledar, Hawk's Nest, the other side, around the bend, closing to Handle. Then if you, wherever J-Man walks to find Garen Ham and Breckenary.
and I don't even think either of those shops had anything all that impressive beyond chainmail anyway. So really, chainmail or bust. Find that armor.
Yeah, but I was too worried about the dive, and I saw those 2 towns whenever I went out past Hawk's Nest, and I saw them, so I went ahead and searched for those 2 towns since I knew there was, they were sitting right there just for the fun.
Alright, racers. Yeah, last request about the seed. Anything else going on? Any thoughts about it? I mean, this week's seed setting is very unique. It's one of the alternate win conditions. So it definitely changes how you play the game. Like, you saw the different builds of stats, because agility is more important, because you're not worried about fighting and surviving Dragon Lord. You're worried about running through Charlock. So, anything that you like about the setting here?
Oh yeah, it's good, fun, different victory formats. That was kind of good. Just also want to throw a shout out to the commentary team and the restreamers and the trackers for doing all the stuff they do for us, so we can have this.
Yeah, I gotta say, so far this year, I kind of like the different flag set. I know last year it was basically like standard and some chaos. You got people who like standard, you got people who like chaos, but not many people you find like both. I'm not a huge fan of the Threes Company or the Cursed Princess seeds flags, personally, but I like that they have them in there to give more variety than just doing standard every single week.
All right, and as a reminder, as we're starting to wind things down, we have also here on Randomania at 11 Eastern, so just about an hour from now, one more late race for the Week 3 flag set. That will be between myself, Diabetes II, Aramis, Vralis, and Monsieur Slime. Again, that will be here on Randomania.
And still young. More race to go. Yeah, a few more tries this spice egg. And then next weekend is the vanilla-ish fast seed. So a little taste of the original Dragon Warrior to some degree. Alright. All racers, any last thoughts of this race?
like I say, thanks again for all the help you guys are doing, making it fun for everybody to watch, and getting ready for the next week. We've kind of.
And again, next week the racing is set by grouping. So this week is kind of randomized, picking who's in the groups. Next week is based on points. So you're gonna have high ranked racers playing high ranked racers, middle and low all playing together, and same skill level. Again, randomizer. So the skill's only so much to have a randomizer. Good to have the knowledge, but you have to adapt as well.
It's gonna be fun to have to try to fight my way into the playoffs. I'm right on the cusp.
And vanilla spell learning. So again, no freebies. Hurt more is at the very end of the file.
And yeah, you're very right, J-Man. Smashy, you're in pretty good position going into the final week, stats-wise, points-wise. J-Man definitely on the cusp, but I think a good showing tomorrow, next week will hopefully solidify Brax. Got a little bit of work to do. We're gonna need a good finish next week and maybe a little bit of help, but we'll see how we can do. Okay.
Alrighty. So again, me and Diabetes are talking to you the whole time. Appreciate listening. Chemman Metakai and CyberDark86 doing the tracking in the background. Math Girl 718 doing the restream for us. I do believe we are just holding tight. Don't think we have any raid targets announced to us yet. So we're gonna take some time, go to the bathroom, grab a snack, come back here in about an hour, and we'll have to get more dragons and get more warriors.